Welcome back. So get ready for some crazy stuff because I found some deals on some PC items and had a fair amount of money from sales. So I decided to buy a few things, some stuff I've been watching, some stuff that happened to pop up at the perfect time, and some offers that somehow got accepted. Probably below where they should have been, but it's going to my PC. I'm not going to flip it, and I'm really happy to have added them. But anyway, let me start. First off, with a nice correspondence letter. This is not signed. It's more of, I guess you could say, a memo from J.I. Shevlin to, and it's basically recording of a call to a gentleman by the name of Spike in Detroit. And this basically talks about Hank Greenberg signing a new contract in February of 1939. So, having to see this, it was like $15. Added it onto an existing order. It was basically a no-brainer for me to add. I was just happy to have kind of a unique, different item into the Greenberg PC. So that's item number one. I'm actually going to try and use this, if I can, to hide some of these bad boys. So we'll just start off strong, and we'll go over this one. The National Treasures Legendary Silhouette Duels. Ty Cobb, Hank Greenberg, number 1 of 3. With some monster bat pieces. So very nice low-numbered Hank, but not the lowest numbered Hank in this particular group. Next up, we have a Buddy Meyer. It is a 1927. He's with the Boston Red Sox. A little bit of writing on the back. These are pretty darn hard to find, so for like $10, pick that up. A nice little cut off of something, and then it was pasted to something. Early SIG of Greenberg, so late 30s SIG, I believe. Best wishes, Hank Greenberg. Next up from Dean's Cards is a 1936 Gaudi. It is beat up, but the most important thing is the back that I don't have yet. But I do now, and I have to go send this out to get graded. It's not going to be high grade, but at least get it slabbed. And I'm going to let this card sink in for a little bit. I've never opened Topps Dynasty before. I don't feel like paying, is it $500, $400, whatever it is per box for one encased card. Because rarely will you get a card that is worth that price. If I happen to see this come up, there's a buy it now. And it is a 1 of 1 cut signature of Hank Greenberg. And it's about half the price of a Topps Dynasty box. So I jumped all over that thing when it showed up on eBay. It was an absolute no-brainer. I wish it was an early SIG, but it's a later SIG. But 1 of 1 Hank Greenberg cut auto from Topps Dynasty of last year. Just absolutely amazing luck to find that. And to be completely honest, that is not the best auto in what I'm going to show you. Next up is a nice This is 36. It's actually a 37 Type 4 Gaudi Premium. Cream color, no copyright, Type 4. It's actually in better shape than I thought it was going to be, especially for the price I paid. Gotta be sneaky here. This is a fun one. I've been watching this for a while. You've already seen this postcard. I do have an example of this, unused, in a little bit better shape, but it's not an easy postcard to find. What I liked about this one is if you look on the back, it's dated and postmarked right after the 35 World Series. And notice this is the team that beat the Cubs. I just thought that was interesting to have a postcard of what was at the time the World Series champions right after they won it. Obviously, it seems to be someone that was a Cubs fan. This is another really cheap pickup, won at an auction. This is the 36 Premium. Obviously, it was pasted somewhere. It's a cheap Moberg Premium. I'm just happy to have another one for like $10. Just couldn't pass that up for that cheap of a price. Don't worry, the items get better from here. Next up is a nice little group signed item. There's another inexpensive one, like $15. You early win. Hoot Evers. I'm trying to remember some of the names. Bob Lemon. And Al Rosen. So obviously I picked it up for the Rosen. Add it to the PC. Nice one-page front and back. Early 50s Indians kind of team sign thing. 2 Hall of Famers. Plus Rosen, and for the price, I think it's about $25. Wasn't going to pass it up. All right, so this is another lot that I got from Wheatland, and you've seen this photo before, but this is a slightly different version. So this is the 35. So this is the same photo that's on the postcard. This is the full-size premium version. You've seen this kind of the glossy version of this photo before. This is the leather finish. This is much harder to find. The only thing with the condition on this one is it does have the writing on the back from someone's collection, but overall it's absolutely fantastic piece. And I was finally able to add the leather version of it. And it was in a group that included a Charles Ruffing, or Red Ruffing, as many of you may know him. I guess the Yankees fans would know him that way. It's a nice Hall of Fame. Again, leather finish, R311, 36. So both these pieces, can't recall the price exactly, but they're both in fantastic shape. And if it wasn't for the writing, it would just be mind-boggling kind of grades on them. I was happy to add those, or at least to add the one, sell the Ruffing. Who knows, maybe make my money back. I don't know. Or at least make this really cheap. Because really I just wanted it for that man right there, Hank Greenberg. Alright, so last one. This is the last item. And yes, I did save the best for last. Didn't really expect to find this. As an eBay listing. Someone had it for auction or best offer, or make an offer, best offer. And I came in and was, in comparison to what the ask was, very, 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 very low. And honestly, I put in the offer. I explained my reasoning for the offer, why I was offering what I was offering, and said, here's the reason for it. This is going to my personal collection, which I'm not lying, and sent the offer in. And at the same time, I'm talking to other Greenberg collectors, one in particular. And they were absolutely stunned when they accepted the offer. Because I was talking to them because, it's a raw card. And I wanted to make sure that they thought it was legit. I thought it looked legit, but always, always, always get a second opinion, no matter how well you think you know your stuff. They said it looked legit to them. And it's funny, once they accepted the offer, this other collector immediately started making offers to me, and I probably could have doubled my money on it if I wanted to. But it's staying in PC. And I'm not probably ever going to find one of these ever again, especially at the price I paid. Because finding a signed 35 Gaudi Hank Greenberg is not an easy task. This came up on eBay, immediately contacted the seller, put an offer in there. And like I said, and I've said this many, many, many times before, never be afraid to make the offer. The worst thing that they can do is say no. And sometimes they'll block you from making offers in the future. But whatever. And always just be honest and reach out to them. If you're going to flip it, tell them I need it at this price so I can make money. If you're like me, and like I know a lot of you, at least a lot that I talked to, it's going into your own collection. Tell them that. This is going to my PC. This is a card that I really want because I collect, in this case, Greenberg, or insert whatever player you want in there, or team, or era, whatever. Be honest with sellers. And I basically gave him a price that I was comfortable with. And I'm being very careful because some would say I was unfair. But it's what I was comfortable with, and it's what I was willing to pay to put this in my PC. I'm not going to go flip around. I already had the opportunity to basically double my money. I turned it down. I'm not going to find another one of these that I can afford. And I was lucky that I actually had the money in PayPal that I could afford this. So, really happy to add this. Obviously, I have to send it out now. Gotta go to PSA with this one and just get it authenticated. But this is the big one I was able to add. Yes, I added a nice Rosen and some very nice Greenberg items. Even a Dynasty 1 of 1. And another early Greenberg Sig. This is a later Greenberg Sig. A numbered to 3 relic with Ty Cobb, but this is the main thing. On card, auto. This stuff's drying up. They're not printing who knows how many of these things like Topps does with their current print runs. Well, any card manufacturer does with their current products. Vintage cards are limited, and especially stuff that's autographed, it's getting harder and harder and harder to find. And the prices keep going up. But sometimes this is a good collection of items. Sometimes you can find these things within a budget. And mine is definitely not as low as some, but most certainly not as high as others. And this has been what I've been able to find, what I've been able to buy, and what I'm able to add to the PC. So, hope you enjoyed this little collection of modern and vintage PC items for me. And just a really good time. Really happy with this mail day, because there's items here I didn't think I would ever get. So, that's what I got for you this time around. Until next time, please remember to collect what you enjoy what you collect, and don't let anybody, especially the market or a YouTuber, dictate that to you. And most importantly, have fun. And have fun by being active in this community. So find your way of participating, whether it's making videos, watching and commenting, going to live streams, group chats, going to LCS or local card show, or simply talking about the hobby with family and friends. The more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. The more you'll learn, the more your PC will grow, the more people you'll meet, and the more fantastic friendships you'll form. So thank you very much for joining me. Hope to see you again. Have a good one, and bye for now.